कल्याणगुणनवास्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दं महाप्रभु कीर्तनहृद्यगीता वादित्रमाद्यान्मनस्वरसेना रोमाञ्चकं पाशुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दं श्रीविग्रहारा धननित्यनाथ सिंगारतनमन्दिरमर्चनादो युक्तः च भक्तं च निन्द्यतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दं चतुर्विधा श्रीभगवत्प्रसादो स्वादनतृप्तान् हरिभक्तसङ्गा श्रीभगवत्प्रसादो स्वादनतृप्तान् हरिभक्तसङ्गा हित्वैव तृप्ते भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दं हित्वैव तृप्ते सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपार माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्ना प्रतीक्षणास्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दं प्रतीक्षणास्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दं निकुञ्जयो नरतिकनिषेध यायालिवेर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया निकुञ्जयो नरतिकनिषेध यायालिवेर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया तत्रातिदाक्षागतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दं तत्रातिदाक्षागतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दं साक्षाद्धरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तस्तथा भावयतेव सद्भिः समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तस्तथा भावयतेव किन्तु प्रभर्या प्रियैव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दं किन्तु प्रभोर्यस्य गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दं यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत् Bhagavat-prasad Yasya prasadana gati kutopi Yasya prasada Bhagavat-prasad Yasya prasada gati Jayanstuvamstasya Yashastri Sanjan Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Jayanstuvamstasya Yashastri Sanjan Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Charanaravinda Shri Guru Shri Charanaravinda Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन गिरिधारी गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन गिरिधारी गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा देवा गुरुदेवा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय जगद्गुरु शीला प्रभुपदा जगद्गुरु शीला प्रभुपदा जय जगद्गुरु शीला प्रभुपदा जगद्गुरु शीला प्रभु जय पतित पावन शीला प्रभुपदा पतित पावन शीला प्रभुपदा जय पतित पावन शीला प्रभुपदा पतित पावन शीला प्रभु जय नित्य गौरचंद्र जय नित्य गौरचंद्र नित्य गौरचंद्र जय नित्य गौरचंद्र जय नित्य गौरचंद्र जय नित्य गौरचंद्र नित्य गौरचंद्र जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय जय पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय श्याम सुंदर जय जगन्नाथ जय श्याम सुंदर जय जगन्नाथ जय श्याम सुंदर जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय बलदेव जय बलदेवा जय बलदेव जय बलदेवा जय बलदेव जय बलदेवा जय बलदेव सुभद्रा मयि जय सुभद्रा सुभद्रा जय सुभद्रा जय सुभद्रा मयि जय सुभद्रा जय योगमाया जय सुभद्रा जय योगमाया जय सुभद्रा जय योगमाया जय सुभद्रा जय योगमाया जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन
हरे हरे हरे
जय
राम
जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय
हरे कृष्ण
सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पतगामी नयन पतगामी भवात में जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पतगामी
अयन पतगमी
नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
एवं स्वामी प्रेषक श्री श्री भक्तिवेंद्र स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की नमचलय दास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरी गौर भक्तवृंद की जय राधा कृष्ण गोप कुपना क्षमा कुंदाक नगरी गोवर्धन की मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर नवी धाम की गंगा में यमुनमय की भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की समवेद गौर भक्तवृंद की हरि नाम संकीर्तन की हरि नाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की बृहत मृदंगा की श्री श्री निताय गौरचंद्र की श्री 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 जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माय सुदर्शन चक्र की श्री 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 राजापुर जगन्नाथ धाम की श्री 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 राजापुर जगन्नाथ धाम वासीस की श्री गिरी गोवर्धन की श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की गौर प्रेमानंदे all Gurus assembled devotees, all Gurus assembled devotees, all Gurus assembled devotees, all Gurus Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadayine Hiranyakashe Purvakshaha Shiladankanakalaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato yato yami tato Narsimha Bahir Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलवरे नाकम् अद्भुतशृङ्गां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गां केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव अद्भुत जय जगदीश हरे जयो नरसिंहदेव जयो नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जयो नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जय नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौरा हरि बोल नित्य गौरा
विघ्न विनाशन सिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की, गौर प्रेमानंदे। वंद्याय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवच्चा कृष्ण भक्ति पति देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। वंद्याय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवच्चा कृष्ण भक्ति पति देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। वंद्याय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवच्चा कृष्ण भक्ति पति देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। वंदे देवी तुलसी महारानी की।
यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्माहत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्माहत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Vrinde Devi, Jayo Tulsi Maharani, Vrinde Devi, Jayo Tulsi Maharani. Jai Jai Vrinde, 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 Jaya Jai Shri Vrinde. वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशवश च कृष्णा भक्ति पदे देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशवश च कृष्णा भक्ति पदे देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशवश च कृष्णा भक्ति पदे देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की।
भगवन्ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशमिहाजनिनानुरागः तृणादपि शुनीचेन पितरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरिः न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितं वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहेतुकी त्वयि अयि नन्दतनुजकिङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधो कृपया तव पादपङ्कज स्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपु कदा तव नाम भविष्यति युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृषायितं शून्यायितं जगत् सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पिनष्टु माम् अदर्शनं नर्महतं करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः। श्री श्री शिक्षाष्टकम की जय। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय। The 10 offenses to be avoided by those chanting the holy names are as follows. First offense, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives to propagating the holy names of the Lord. Second offense, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the names of Lord Vishnu. Third offense, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Fourth offense, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in Persian to the Vedic version. Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. Sixth offense, to give some mundane interpretations to the holy names of the Lord. Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy names of the Lord. Eighth offense, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. Ninth offense, to instruct a faithless person on the glories of the holy names. 10th offense, not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, which is Krishna Prema. Today's schedule, 5:15, JSSS organized prayers right after this program, followed by chanting session, 7:30 Darshanarti, 5:30 Vaishnava ke reading session, and 7:30 Darshanarti, followed by Srila Prabhupada Guru Puja. Evening program, 6:15 Tulsi Arti, 6:30 Gaur Arti. Vaishnava Pranam. Let us all offer our respectful obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desire trees, who can fulfill all desires and are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha Asantubhya Evacha Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samaveda Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. On behalf of Jayapataka Swami Shishya Samuha of Iskcon New Rajapur Jagannath Dham, let's continue to pray for our wonderful spiritual master, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, that he is fully restored to health and he continues inspiring and engaging all the fallen conditioned souls in Srila Prabhupada's service. For this, we will pray to Narsimadev Bhagwan, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, Sudarshan and Nitai Gaur Chandra by chanting the Ugram Viram prayers and Dhanvantri Mantra 11 times. Om Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Narsimham Bhishnam Bhadram Mrityor Mrityam Namamyaham. Om Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Narsimham Bhishnam Bhadram Mrityor Mrityam Namamyaham. Om Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Narsimham Bhishnam Bhadram Mrityor Mrityam Namamyaham. ॐ उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् ॐ उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् ॐ उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् ॐ उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् ॐ उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् ॐ उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् ॐ उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् ॐ उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् ॐ उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्। नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। ओम धम धन्वन्तरे नमः। 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 For the benefit of the Iskcon Nrjd community and the welfare of the whole world, let us chant 3 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Narsimhaya Namastejastejaसे Avirbhava Vajranaka Vajradamshra Karmashayan Randaya Randaya Tamograsagrasa Om Swaha Abhayam Abhayam Atmani Bhushta Om Shrom Swastirastu Vishwasya Kalaha Prasidatam Dhyayantu Bhutani Shivam Mito Dhiya Manascha Bhadram Bhajatam Adokshage Aveshatam No Matirapi Ahetuki Om Namo Bhagavate Narsimhaya Namastejastejaसे Avirbhava Vajranaka Vajradamshra Karmashayan Randaya Randaya Tamograsagrasa Om Swaha Abhayam Abhayam Atmani Bhuishta Om Shrom Swastirastu Vishwasya Kalaha Prasidatam Dhyayantu Bhutani Shivam Mito Dhiya Manascha Bhadram Bhajata Dadokshaje Aveshatam No Matirapi Ahetuki Om Namo Bhagavate Narsimhaya Namastejastejaसे Avirbhava Vajranaka Vajradamshra Karmashayan Randaya Randaya Tamograsagrasa Om Swaha Abhayam Abhayam Atmani Bhuishta Om Shrom Swastirastu Vishwasya Kalaha Prasidatam Dhyayantu Bhutani Shivam Mito Dhiya Manascha Bhadram Bhajata Dadokshaje Aveshtam No Matirapi Ahetuki Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Mantra ki Jai. I don't know if there are any birthday announcements today, but there is a prayer request. Kanai Priya Mataji's granddaughter Radhika has been unwell, so there is a request that we should pray for her. So let us all chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra so that she gets well soon and becomes a nice devotee, Hari Guru Vaishnavas nicely. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you all devotees for joining the morning program. Our next program will be Vaishnava K reading at 5:30. Hare Krishna.
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhani Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Yamunatiravanachari Shri Shri Radha Madhava Sakhi Vrinda ki Shri 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 Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya Sudarshan Chakra ki Nitai Gaura Chandra ki Srila Prabhupada ki Iskcon Guru Vrinda ki Gaura Premanande Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya So we are continuing to read from Vaishnava K, where we stopped. Who took the last class? Okay. Am I clear? My voice is okay? Audible? If one is not in the above state of mind, what is Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadaharihi. This one? Okay. To live in a society of devotees is difficult when the mind is uncontrolled. Through Krishna conscious association, one's mind is purified through encouragement and chastisement. If one lacks humility and the mind is uncontrolled, chastisement will be intolerable. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested us to wear the third verse of his Sakshashtaka prayers around our neck constantly and thus remain in a humble state of mind. Trunadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishruna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sada Harihi. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. If one is not in the above state of mind, the danger of desiring to leave the association of the devotees exists. The mind can find false excuse for leaving, but this is on the basis of false ego and not in true devotion. If one wants the topmost ripened fruit of the perfection of life in this lifetime, then one should kindly heed the following warning. Disobey your mind when it tells you to leave the association of devotees and Krishna consciousness. Purify the mind with the medicine of transcendental instruction. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended from the spiritual world to introduce Harinama Sankirtana movement in this universe for the deliverance of all the fallen souls. His teachings are to preach the glories of chanting Krishna's holy names collectively. His teaching do not recommend practicing Krishna consciousness as a solitary effort. Rather, he emphasized that one should become perfect in the association of devotees and work toward together for the spiritual upliftment of others. The Sankirtana movement, which is authorized for this age, implies that many persons assemble together and collectively chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The preaching of the glories of the holy name is to be done cooperatively along with other devotees of the Lord as well. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Lord calls everyone to his height, saying, Ekala malakara ame kahan kahan yaba, Ekalava kata pala padiya vipa vilaba, Ekala utana dite haya parishrama, Keya paya kena paya rahamane barama, Atheva ami ajnana dilun sabakare, Yahanta han prema pala deha yare tare, Ye kala mala kara ami kata pala kaba, Na diya e pala araki kariba, Atma icha matrte riksha siniche nirantara, Taha ate asankaya pala vrishkera opara, Ateva sabha pala deha ayaratara, Kaliyahu loka ajara amara. I am the only gardener. How many places can I go? How many fruits can I pick and distribute? I would certainly be a very laborious task to pick the fruits and distribute them alone, and still I suspect that some would achieve them and others would not. Therefore, I order every man within this universe to accept this Krishna conscious movement and distribute it everywhere. I am the only gardener. If I do not distribute these fruits, what shall I do with them? How can the fruits can I alone eat? By the transcendental desire of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, water has been sprinkled all over the tree, and thus there are innumerable fruits of love of Godhead. Distribute this Krishna conscious movement all over the world. Let people eat these fruits and ultimately become free from old age and death. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's purpose was to preach by his own example how to practice Krishna consciousness. Although he is the full incarnation of Lord Krishna in the form of a devotee, and is personally capable of single-handedly delivering all the unlimited billions of universes, he humbly requested everyone to join him in distributing the divine fruits of Krishna. What higher proof is there that there is no other alternative for achieving perfection in Krishna consciousness other than practicing devotional service in the association of devotees and preaching the glories of Krishna's holy names. This is declared. This is the declared purpose for which His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. A devotee sees all living entities with spiritual vision and does not discriminate on the platform of bodily concept of life. Such qualities develop only in the association of devotees. Without the association of devotees, one cannot advance in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, we have established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Factually, whoever lives in the society automatically develops Krishna consciousness. Devotees are dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead is only dear to devotees. On this platform only can one make progress in Krishna consciousness. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 12, Text 37 purport. In conclusion, is that the devotee should not allow the mind to cheat him of the priceless jewel of Krishna consciousness by inducing him to leave the association of Krishna conscious society for any reason. A materially contaminated mind will persistently attempt to convince, don't stay within the society of devotees, come outside. everything will be better. One must always be on guard against Maya's subtle trick of trying to rob the priceless Krishna consciousness from an unsuspecting victim. Preaching Krishna consciousness is the ultimate shelter for the followers of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Preaching Krishna consciousness is non-different from Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at an extension of his own transcendental pastimes. Those who have deviated from the path of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu create distorted philosophy to an unauthorized system to substantiate their false claims that they are true followers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or otherwise genuinely on the bona fide spiritual path. In fact, they want to deceive themselves and others by such distorted philosophies and unauthorized systems. Bewildered by their materialistic mind and false egos, they criticize the real followers of Lord Chaitanya and the authorized paths of Krishna consciousness. The first verse of "What kind of a devotee are you?" is stronger than a nuclear blast at reducing this misconception to ashes. Thus, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada repeatedly referred to this verse in his writings to protect all sincere seekers and followers from these perils along with the path of Krishna consciousness. One such quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam purports, wherein readers are warned against the fatal dangers of leaving the association of devotees and becoming critical of those preaching in Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtana movement, it as follows. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur refers sings Tushtamana Tumi Keshere Vaishnave Pratishtarathare Nirjanare Ghare Tava Hari Nama Kevala Kaitava. My dear mind, what kind of Vaishnava are you? Simply for false prestige and material reputation you are chanting Hare Krishna mantra in a solitary place. In this way people do not preach or criticize. There are many Vaishnavas in Vrindavana who do not like preaching. They chiefly try to imitate Haridas Thakura. The actual result of their so-called chanting in a secluded place, however, is that they sleep and think of women and money. There is only one place where the mind of all people of all parts of the world can meet, and that is the lotus feet of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his authorized representatives. Any other material meeting place is a veritable pilgrimage place for crows. The minds of Paramahamsas or pure devotees of the Lord meet at the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The purified transcendentalists who accept the Lord's mission as their topmost goal of life are always taking shelter of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like swans playing almost the lotus flowers in clear nectarian waters. There the mind is ever at peace, bathing in the unending flow of transcendental ecstasies. Om Adganati Maranasya Gyananjanashalakya Tacharam Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Veshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yakripatamam Mande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamadavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Vancha Kalpatarupyasya Kripasindhadevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. To live in a society of devotees is difficult when the mind is uncontrolled. Through Krishna conscious association, one's mind is purified through encouragement and chastisement. If one lacks humility and the mind is uncontrolled, chastisement will be intolerable. This is the crux of this verse. Therefore, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requests us to wear the third verse of his Sikshashtaka prayers around our neck. So we have to be tolerant. So the question is that how tolerant we are. Because we may claim that we are tolerant. Others have to certify how tolerant we are. Let me ask this question, that how many of you at any point in time ever felt that, I don't want to go to the association? When some incident happened in your life dealing with Vaishnavas, something happened when you're doing service, you're hurt because of your false ego hurt, that I don't want to go. Honestly. Yes, one, two. My question is clear? Okay, so can you raise your hands again? Okay, very nice. Thank you for being honest. Only when you're honest, humility can develop. So, this is how the mind entraps. In the Vaishnava Sangha, only we can actually see how one learn to be tolerant, because everybody's purpose is to serve the Lord. But at the same time, though the purpose is same, our thought process, our mind is primarily thinks differently. So when I say do this, your mind say, why should I do that? Because that's the nature of the mind, to rebel and to question. So when we are in such platform, humility doesn't come naturally. What is the opposite of humility? Selfishness is not opposite of humility. Arrogance. So that is an indication of false ego. Arrogance is an indication of high level of false ego, because we don't want to accept anything what others saying. So we are constantly tested. So when you come to devotional service, you have no choice but to be in the association. How many of you ever tried to be Krishna conscious alone? Have you tried? How was it? How was it? Yeah, it's just for the sense gratification. We try to prove a point that I can do practice alone, but it's not going to last long. Association enlightens, uplifts the soul. That's why we celebrate festivals. Even normal, regular meetings, we meet in the association. Many of the devotees, when your false ego is testified, when tested, that we say that, I don't want to be in the association. And being in the association, some devotees are really blessed. They are constantly get chastised. Such a great fortune. Such a great fortune that somebody is chastising. This is a real blessing, as per what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying. Unless you are very close to somebody, nobody will chastise, because we know that, if I do something, their ego will flare up. Why should I get into this? Unnecessarily, they call you ill names, they call you this, they'll call you that. So why should I get into this problem? So let me be nice. But where in Krishna consciousness, at least, wherever you see chastisement, there is love. Because unless you are a genuine lover, genuinely love and care for you, they will not chastise. So, in Krishna consciousness, as per the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and as per the teachings of Lord, our wonderful founder Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, only when you love somebody, care for somebody, then you see that, this person has to be put in place so that he can render nice devotional service. So, which is a costless mercy of the Lord and the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We get chastised. So people have to pray that let me be chastised, so that I understand what is my anartha. I understand what is my shortcomings, so that in the association of Vaishnavas I can serve nicely. But initially we don't know like that. Why they're saying this? Why they're saying this? The mind rebels. We find fault in anything, everything when people say this. And finally, what will happen? When you start shopping, oh, this is not good. We'll go to some other place. We'll go there, and maybe nobody will question, nobody will chastise. We can just be peaceful, and peacefully we can render devotion service. So many devotees have tried that. It will never work. Guaranteed. That's what Mahaprabhu is saying. And it's not possible. Once you're used to the Vaishnava Sangha, you can never stay alone. And only you realize when you go alone. Krishna also make you realize sometimes. He give you some reason, particular reason. Then there are many devotees just cry that, in this place when I was there, it was so nice. Now that we have transferred to some other place, there is no association, there is no devotees, there is no way that Krishna consciousness is possible. Even if we call people, people don't come. It's an effort. It is not so easy to build association of Vaishnavas. It's very easy to build association of non-devotees because their sense gratification is foremost. When we build association of Vaishnavas, what is foremost? Service to the Supreme Lord is foremost. So thereby we need to tolerate each other to serve the Supreme Lord. Only when in the association of Vaishnavas you can actually enjoy the bliss of being Krishna conscious as enunciated by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in order to do that, Mahaprabhu is also giving a solution. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnunana. So he is also saying that unless you are tolerant, that you can't actually enjoy the bliss of being Krishna conscious. Because like how our mind is agitated, others' mind also will be agitated initially. And we should learn to tolerate, then we can see the nectar, we can churn the nectar together. Service in the association of Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. What one cannot even think of as achieving individually is possible collectively in the association of Vaishnavas. We can't believe, oh, we did this. But if you say that, if it's take claim that I did this, you have a problem because that's where your false ego is growing. So when in the association, it helps us to be grounded. That because we can't take credit. Because if you just say, okay, somebody is taking the responsibility of addressing the deities, it is not like one person's responsibility. When the deity is looking nice and people are attracted to the deities, it's a battery of devotees who are involved. Somebody is getting you flowers, somebody is getting a dress. And if you are doing the dressing, you are just only executing a small part of that. Somebody is planning everything. So it's a whole team effort. Or if I am buying the dress, the best dress, I paid so much money, the exquisite dress you bought, but then the person who's actually dressing, you put everything upside down. The deity will look nice, even how much ever money you pay. But if you don't put your heart in rendering the service to the Lord by a part of this whole process of teamwork, then everything will be futile. So that is why it's very important in the association we learn to cooperate with each other. Sometimes you collaborate, sometimes you cooperate. That will ultimately result in higher understanding and surrender to the Supreme Lord. Because as what is explained here in the translation, if one is not in the state of mind, the danger of desiring to leave the association of the devotee exists. The mind can find false excuse for leaving. And many times this is what happens. And we go, at least, you stop going for 1 or 2 days. Then, you come back to normal senses. At least with that extent you are safe. There are devotees that want to run away from the association. When you run away, you will understand that how far you can run away from Maya's tricks. Then you realize, oh my God, this is Maya's test. Let me just surrender to Krishna by chanting the holy names of the Lord, rather than just be happy in Maya's lap. So these are very important lessons that we need to learn because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended from the spiritual world to introduce Harinam Sankirtana, because without the holy names of the Lord, we will not be what we are today. All of us are from different backgrounds. This is what the first verse emphasizes. Right? Somebody speak Tamil, somebody speak Kannada, somebody speak Telugu, somebody speak Marathi, Punjabi. Bengali. All of us are here working together because our culture is different. Our thought process is different. What we used to eat is different. But now all of us eat one thing. What is that? Only prasadam, because whatever is offered to the Lord, we take. So there is natural integration because of we keep Krishna in the center. Then the way we speak also align because we speak with reference to Guru Shadvan Shastra. If we allow to be independent, we call in different names. So everybody, when you come to the temple, whenever devotees meet, we greet each other by saying Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Otherwise, we have different ways of greeting each other. Everything is aligned in Krishna consciousness. Everything is aligned in offering services to the Supreme Lord. So that is the very purpose for which Lord Chaitanya descended, in order to uplift all the fallen conditioned souls in this age of Kali. By simply chanting the holy names of the Lord, we all can achieve a higher platform. And we are all testimony for that. What kind of a life we led. Now today at least we understand we are false ego, which is a great thing. Otherwise we didn't even know what is false ego. If somebody is getting angry, we feel very great about it. And this we have a number of times discussed, right? If a small child gets angry, throw things, the mother and the father say, my son is so sweet when they get angry. And he grow up, fan that false ego. And when they grow up and the same son will throw things at you, then you say, it's painful. So that is ignorance. So we can't distinguish what is false ego, what is sweet. Because for some people, throwing tantrum and showing demonstration of anger is very sweet. But this can befit only for the Supreme Lord. Lord can throw whatever tantrum, whatever he get angry. It's transcendental because we are not like the Lord. So we have problems to encounter if we are not humble. So that's why Mahaprabhu is actually saying that Trinada Bisuni Chena is very important for a serious practitioner of bhakti. If you don't practice tolerance, humility, Guru Maharaj go on to say, the first verse of what kind of a devotee you are is stronger than a nuclear blast at reducing these misconception dashes. Thus, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada repeatedly refer this verse in his writing to protect all sincere seekers and followers from these perils along the path of Krishna consciousness. So, which means that dangers of living association is such a great risk for a practicing devotee. That is the Maya's trick. So, if you understand that if there is something is not palatable to you, that if you don't want to associate, immediately you should raise alarm. Immediately talk to somebody. So the mind is taking me for a ride, so I need help. Now I don't want to deal with this devotee. I don't want to talk. Let me not go for the association. Let me not take service. With this service, I have to deal with this person, so I don't want to do service. Only when you deal with these people, only I have to service. So I can go simply sit and hear the holy name and go. Doesn't work like that. You have to deal and should purify. Only then you can become nice. Because we are all like semi-precious stones. We don't know our asal swarupa, that what kind of a devotee we are. When a semi-precious stone is handed, you don't even know what's the value of it. So we need to cut and polish. If a diamond block is given to you, a small piece, for us, we don't even know whether it's a diamond. Only an expert can identify. So after the diamond semi-precious stone is given, one expert has to cut and polish it. Cutting is very important. Cutting all the anarthas and polishing. The association will get rubbed and rubbed, and you see the polish. Diamond is polished, right? Cut and polished. You see that invaluable diamond is in front of you after cut and polish. Clarity, color, cut. And what are the next one? Carat. 4 C's of a diamond quality. Like that. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has actually enabled us to cut and polish in the association. Cut and polish happen only in the association. If you're a wonderful person, if you think you are, And that can be proved only when you subject yourself to cut and polish in the association of Vaishnavas. Because nowhere else it is cut and polished. It's not that you go outside, get cut and polish and come here, you will shine. Never possible. So therefore it is very important that we have to subject ourselves for cutting and polishing in the association of devotees. If you think that you can go alone and get yourself cut and polished, it will never happen. So that is the perils of this particular thought process. So one have to be extremely careful that no one at any point in time think, even for a moment, I will stay alone. If you stay alone, then it's Maya. You already lost to Maya. You already lost the test to Maya. So we can't just think that I will be staying alone. Sometimes when devotees' egos rub, they saying, no, all the false humility will come. I'm good for nothing. I can't be in the association. I will not come. So all of you go. We have seen that many devotees in the family, when they are proved wrong, they feel defeated. Their false egos hurt. When you prove you're wrong, you can't accept it so easily. Then you want to avoid devotees. What devotees will think? I will get humiliated. Devotees, why they would think? Because they all understand. I also have a problem like this. One day I get exposed, another day somebody will get exposed. So we are in the Sangha only get exposed so that our all bad qualities go off. That if you think that you are always good, that is the biggest bad quality. If you think you are nice in the association without getting robbed, if you think you are nice, you are in great Maya. Nobody can be nice, because as soon as we are taken both in this material world by the influence of lower modes of material nature, all of us are bad. Only devotees who are dealing with us will know that what kind of a devotee we are. That exactly what we are asking this question. Vaishnava K, what kind of a devotee we are. So if we don't subject ourselves to purification in the Vaishnava Sangha, where else will happen? As long as you're not in the Sangha, everybody is thinking, I'm great. Everybody will glorify this. Oh, this lady, such a nice lady. And similarly outside, this is very nice. Because everything we just tolerate because we have a name and fame. But here, first thing what happens is your name and fame is tarnished. You ought to do some menial service for the pleasure of the Lord, how much ever big you are. If you do nice devotional service, then they certify, oh, this person is doing nice service. If you come and give command here, do you think that anybody will certify? Oh, ये कुछ नहीं करता है लेकिन अधिकार करता है. That's what they say, right? They don't speak, but they speak among themselves. And they don't do anything, but he gives only order. He or she is not a good example. All of you understand what is good example, bad example? You know who is good example? So if you think that I am a good example, then we are bad. Others have to be good. So if you think that we are good example, then we have a lot of work to do. But if you see all others are good example, then we are in the path of perfection. So that's what this first verse clearly helps us to understand. That when we are in the association, all these things are very easily possible to achieve. The moment you leave the association, or even the thought of leaving the association, will bind us in this material world, because this is Maya's world. She is very powerful. So we should keep in mind. If you have to escape from Maya, you have to be humble. If you have to be humble, you have to chant the holy names of the Lord. If you want to chant the holy names of the Lord, you require Sangha. If you do anything outside this, Maya will finish us off so easily. Even though you may chant, even though you may quote verses, even though you know the scriptures, but you will become easy prey to Maya's tricks. That is the lesson from verse 1. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments? Give the mic to Kanai Prabhu.
Prabhu, you were telling how when in the devotee association only the diamond is cut and polished. The one example is also given, like how gems are polished. what they do is that they put all the gems together and then they rotate put in a box for 1 week. They just go on rotating. After that, they see fully polished. So when you were saying that, I just remembered that.
Correct. Because the similar stones are put in a machine, and they just rub each other. All the rough edges gets corrected, and finally it comes in nice form.
Sometimes I feel, I mean, like, to be silent is better, in the sense that somebody will tell, the ego is hurt. I mean, like, just be silent and tolerate. I mean, like,
Silent does not mean tolerance, because your mind is fighting a big war inside. Silent is not a sign of humility.
No, but somebody said something, I again say something, then he'll say something, he'll simply agree with it. So better
Yeah,
to be
so
silent.
you can tolerate, but we should do action in Krishna consciousness. Silent means what? You don't do any action. Silent is also a sign of false ego. If your false ego is hurt, you withdraw. Silence is withdrawal. Noisy is active. Okay, something happened, no problem. I'll continue the devotional service. Who cares? Who's going to stop me from rendering devotion? I will do. That is positive. Rather than withdrawing. Silence is not, by general, it's not a very great thing. Many Mayavadis do this. Mauna Vrta. Just because you shut the senses, you just start speaking, does it mean that your mind is quiet? Mind is constantly planning. He's getting hurt.
We can't be reacting for everything, Prabhu. I mean, like, some place we are, okay, something is really required, I mean, like, because I'll give you an example, Prabhu, because in the altar, uh, I pick something. Why you're picking up like this? You should pick it up like this. Then I'll say, you tell me when other person picks some other way, then you don't say. That is what in the mind is running. So I'm saying it's like maybe the, that is how it is. Just pass. Let it pass.
Yeah, it is good for us if you learn the right thing. Maybe others' turn will come. That's what I said. Sometimes chastisement in Krishna conscious, chastisement means mercy. And other person, we know for sure that he will not listen. So they don't say. They're waiting for the right opportunity and time to communicate certain things. But whereas you are ready to accept because you're already practicing. So chastisement is the mercy of the devotees of the Lord. So if you don't get chastised, we are not fit to be a devotee of the Lord. Everybody is saying that, oh, Kanai Prabhu is good, oh, everything. What's the point? And how good you are, you don't even know. That is why we need to subject ourselves for all these corrections. If you are alone, dating the dressy, even if you make blunders also, nobody is there to say. Normally this is what happens. Initial days that they dress nicely, they don't even know who is Lord Nityananda, who is Lord Gauranga. Do you remember? You put it wrong in a wrong place. Somebody has to remind you that you put wrong Nityananda this side, Gauranga that side. So even if you point out and say, oh my God, I made a mistake. Everything has got its place, right?
But Prabhu, see, now the usual how it happens is like somebody tells us something. Sometimes we don't say anything, we'll keep it in the heart. And then some other time it will come out. That's one thing. So how to accept criticism, and also second question will be that how to up our tolerance level, how to increase. That these two things will be there too.
See, as long as our objective is to serve the Lord and achieve perfection, It is nice because most of the people get into problem. It's not that what they hear, how they hear, or how it is said. These two are the disconnecting factors.
So how they?
How I said and how you process is that what matters. If I ever call Kanai Prabhu an idiot, if I just show all bodily action, you're an idiot, you get offended. But I say very sweetly, I said, Kanai Prabhu, you are working like idiot. And you don't process it so heavily. The way you deliver, it makes a lot of things. I'm saying that the same message, an idiot is very important aspect here. With all this body action and just, getting angry, making your eyes big in anger, is that you're an idiot. Then you're also waiting for an opportunity to call me something else. But if you have to just communicate, the fact is that you're an idiot. And if you just say, Prabhu, Kanai Prabhu, you work like an idiot. And, in all humility, you can also say, don't be idiot. So you take it, you process it. Because the sensation which comes along with your bodily action, body language, the words you use, the vocabulary you choose, how harshly you're just delivering that message, that hurts you. So that's why most of the relationship, they can't dispute the fact what they said, how they said has become problem. Correct? Everybody haggle with this, everyone go through this problem. Nobody can dispute what they said, but how they said is a problem. Agree with me? So that if you neutralize what they say is important to how they said doesn't matter, then most of the time there is no problem in the relationship. Because that's how you process, that's how your false egos get hurt. How they can tell this in front of everyone? If they tell you personally, okay, sir, okay, very nice. How is it going to help you? At least, in front of everyone, you say something, everybody is just going to help you. Oh, this is a problem. Okay, next time at least we'll tell them. Or at least escalate. Oh, Kanai Prabhu is continuing to do like this. That is, we got used to this material way of living. Material false ego. False ego is worse than death. So that is supported and kept in a very isolated, special place. It shouldn't get hurt. But you can hurt others. When it comes to my false ego, it is protected safely. I shouldn't get hurt. But you can constantly hurt others' false ego. That's your birthright. This is what we do. I can't call you in front of somebody saying, Kanai Prabhu, why you did this? But in front of everyone, Kanai Prabhu, you did this something wrong. May I understand why you did this? Prabhu, I'm sorry, Prabhu. Because everybody can't just hold on to the tolerance limit. So sometimes it outbursts. So when you have a relationship, and when you have a loving relationship, even if you beat them black and blue, and Prabhu mere ko aise touch kiya. But when you have a no good relationship, even if I touch, they broke my bone, you will say. That's how the mind and false ego magnify things. Kanai Prabhu, ladies' side.
I just wanted to share my experiences on the last point, like you were sharing with Kanai Prabhu. Like my interactions with a particular person, when their tone and the way they gave me suggestions, my appreciation for the person has increased multifold actually, and I'm actually able to distinguish between the first and the now the recent interactions, and my mind is able to actually process it
More positively
Yeah, more positively,
and
and
favorably.
yeah, and I feel more positive actually. The last point, like you were sharing, right? So it is actually
I don't know what it is, but I don't know whom you're speaking, but it's encouraging to hear.
it's inspiring for me also, and I'm able to distinguish very vividly
What
actually.
is you can able to, what you can able to distinguish?
The way a particular, like you said, no, like if we touch slightly also, or you know, the I'm able to distinguish the intent more, and not look at the, the fizz around, like that ways.
Very good. You have a favor of the Lord. Krishna's blessed you that you could process it well. This is the beginning of path of perfection in your life when you process things like that. If you rebel, you fail. Such a glorious thing to happen in devotees' lives. Somebody is helping us to correct and overcome our false ego. It's not so. It is not a small thing in devotee's life. It's a quantum leap in one's advancement in Krishna consciousness. If somebody gives solution or chastisement doesn't come so easily, let me tell you. Unless you have a relationship, unless you prove, it doesn't come. Chastisement is a special mercy of the Lord. It comes through the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. And most of the time you do something wrong, everything, but then the Vaishnavas who are in situation like that chose not to say anything. That's not very good for us, because we have not developed that level of surrender. They just digest, they become tolerant, thinking it's a test for them rather than for the person who is in need. You very nicely cover that up as if nothing had happened.